To create conditionally colored progress lines with circle markers, we'll use a dual-access chart and a calculated field for conditional coloring logic, making it easy to see progress at a glance. We'll also apply separate conditional coloring to the circles. So we can go from this, where the lines match the circle colors, to this, where the circle colors are a darker version of the line color. To build the structure of this, I'm going to move the measure values into the columns, and I'll move our metric, which is the progress percent, into the columns as well. For rows, I'm going to pull in our initiative field. And under the measure values, I'll type 0, and I'll type 1. And then I'll remove all the fields that aren't the 0 and the 1. So you can see here, 0 and 1 will be the start and end. That way we have lines of equal length, and we can show the progress of each initiative with circles that fall along that line. And I'm not a big fan of these sharp edges, so I'm just going to go to the measure value mark and make it a line. Then I'll pull our measure name field in and make that determine the path of the line. Then using the size slider and the marks, I'll increase the size. So you can see we get these rounded edges. So while the chart on the left will show us the full length lines representing 100%, or the total lines, the chart on the right will display the progress percentage for each initiative. And I want these to be circles, so I'm going to go to the second mark and make it a circle. Then to align these on the same axis, I'll right-click on our progress percent and make it a dual axis. For formatting, I'll remove both headers. Then I'll format the worksheet, and under borders, I'll remove the row divider and the column divider. Under lines, I'll remove the 0 lines for the sheet and the grid lines for the columns. So to implement the conditional formatting logic, I'll create a calculated field. For this field, I'll say if holding fixed the initiative, the sum of the progress is greater than 0.7 or 70%, then assign it the value green. Else if holding fixed the initiative, the sum of the progress is less than 0.3 or 30%, then assign it the value red. And if it doesn't match either of these conditions, assign it the value yellow. To apply this conditional coloring to all of our lines and circles, I'll go to the All Marks and move our calculated field in. And then I'll change it to a color. Then I'll edit the colors in our legend, and for green I'll choose a green color, for red I'll choose a red color, and for yellow I'll choose a yellow color. But to get those circles to be a darker color of our conditional coloring, I'll go to the second mark, and I'll duplicate our conditional coloring field. And I'll drag that copied field into our second mark. Then I'll edit the colors in our legend for our copy field, and I'll assign these a darker version of the color. And now we have conditionally colored progress lines with circle markers. This makes it super easy to track the progress at a glance.